Hello. This is my Jordan flu game because my back hurts. If you know what that means, that's cool. If not, do you know what that means, Sean?
Yeah, he played in with the flu.
Game six. So Sean Ahearn, Syosset athlete extraordinaire. Sean, uh, thank you for doing this, and I'll start off with a quick story. One day, I was a bobbleheaded kid with a large forehead, and I wandered in. So before it was the summer training as it is now, it wasn't as official back in my day, and I don't know if you ever heard of Beth Lizzie and Mark Lizzie.
Yep.
So what was Mark Lizzie's PR in the mile?
I don't know his mile PR. He broke 9 in the 2 mile, right?
8:59, and he was 4:13, and that still stands to this day.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So I walked in. This is actually a Tully story, not an Lizzie story, but Mark and Beth were like my summer training people when there was like a 6-year-old program. I don't know if they're still doing something similar, but anyway, I don't know if they brought us in or I was trying to find the bathroom, and I saw like the wall of people that had been all American, all county, all state, and that moment I decided I was going to do that, and my dream came true, and I saw the name. I remember seeing Sean Tully, and so what's the kid's name that is Tully's cousin?
Logan.
Okay,
Logan.
just go from there. And what does it mean to make a Syosset 4x800 meter team? I'm not talking about All American. I'm talking about a county level to run in the Syosset. So when CAF told you were going to run a counties in the 4x800, what were your initial thoughts?
Well, I didn't actually run a counties.
Okay.
We tried to play for the points, so uh, we didn't run our best team then. But I mean, this year the 4x8 this year with Harrison, Gruber, Carl Nye, and Jake, they broke 8, so they ran 7:59. And that made it 11 years in a row that a Syosset 4x8 team has broken 8 in the 4x8.
So
So I think that just says something about.
it speaks for itself for track people and people who have run in high school. Um, I'll try to find a comparison for the uninformed. It's like winning the NBA championship 3 years in a row. And are you an NBA fan?
I've yeah, kind of casual.
Okay, we'll get back to Syosset, but what is like? Try to expand on. Well, okay, I'll tell my All American story, and then we'll go back to we'll start from the beginning of your running career, and this will be a shorter one, but let's just do that actually, and then we'll end with me. What made you want to start running competitively as a young kid?
Well, my dad ran in college, and he ran when I was a kid, so I figured I'd just try it out. And then, I mean, that made me start, but then once I started, it was just really fun. So from there, I just liked having fun.
Talk about a little bit about the social aspect and your like main training partners during your high school days.
Oh yeah, so the social aspect is like 90% of why people are there. I feel like is basically
At least 90.
all my friends come from running in high school and college. Um, my training partners. So when I was a freshman, I don't know. I kind of just mix it up with like the seniors during summer training. It wasn't that
Who are
serious.
those seniors?
It was. I remember Anthony Delutri, and
Dimitri,
then
shout out.
Luke.
Luke Feeney.
No, forgot his last name. I don't. Luke.
It's okay.
Uh,
Shout
yeah.
out
So
to
I
Luke.
would go on bump runs with them. I'm sure you know about bump runs.
I don't.
You bring the speaker with you, and then when the beat drops, you play EDM.
Yeah, that's like after my time. Honestly, we cared about focusing on our runs.
Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding. No, that sounds like a lot of fun. Who else? Who were your training partners during your prime high school years?
Uh, 10th grade was probably the most fun I had because that was with like Peter Zimbalist, and Gary and Stin,
Justin
Justin.
DePinto
Yeah.
just ran how fast in his freshman year at the University of Maryland?
Oh well, he just ran 3:51 for the 1500, which is pretty legit.
To
That
put that in perspective, the
converts to a
Olympic triathlon.
409 mile.
What did Hawker run? Hawker ran
He ran
3:35
3:55,
to win,
3:35, yeah, to win.
and the standard is
3:30. He had to break 3:35.
no, but the Olympic standard I think is a little like 2 seconds fast. I think my prediction for the Olympic final in the 1500 is going to be Centrowitz and um, if it wasn't strategic, I think Centrowitz in time trial can run 3:30. So to put that in perspective, 21 seconds is a lot in the track world, but it's also a really impressive freshman year for Justin DePinto.
Well, Stin's brother ran 3:50, and
His
uh,
senior year.
yeah, I don't know if he ran faster than that later, but that was to win one of the big races. And
That was the so Ryan DePinto, my good friend, he's been on the podcast. He was my graduating class. Um, so you were in eighth grade. Let's shift gears a little bit. You were in eighth grade. I was a senior. And so I just want to talk about everything you know about Simon Wana, Ryan DePinto, Nick, and just focus on Simon. How about that? Talk about what it was like having Simon as a senior when you were an eighth grader.
well, I've never talked to Simon, so
No, athletically, like watching him run and hearing about his times. Is there anything on that?
I mean, I've never actually seen Simon in person.
That's so funny that I had that big
Yeah,
intro and you've never seen him. But
yeah,
like he ran 152.
I know. I've seen the meet. They raced at outdoor states and they got second, I think, but like they won the public
Yeah,
school.
so I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell my state story because I was indoor my senior year. I'm talking to Tim McGowan, who was one of the fastest Northport kids. You're nodding like you know who he is.
I don't know them.
You've met him?
He runs around, or one of the McGowans lives in Boston now, so I see them.
Yeah, he runs for the BIA. I don't like to do this because he hasn't agreed to it, but he's probably going to come on the podcast. So, but yeah, so my goal is to get Brannigan one day. I digress. But we beat that. So the team was the McGowan twins, probably Justin Leopold and Mikey Brannigan, and we smoked them at states. We lost to Sean. All right, so we were second. I was the third leg. That was one of my biggest regrets is not kicking harder on the third leg of the state meet because I think if I got the baton and it was Sean Kelly versus Simon Wana, and Sean Kelly ran for Duke, Simon ran for Albany, and excuse me, but I think we could have won. So public school state champs, but at the same time, like when Simon crossed the line, that was one of the best moments of my life. But it could have been so much better had I raced better. Um, I'm not hard on myself or anything, and it definitely doesn't haunt me. But just talk about some of your biggest. What was your biggest high school race? The one you are most proud of, cross country or track?
Uh, Cross country, my biggest high school race was in 10th grade because we were we were like really deep rivals with Port Washington. We absolutely hated them, which is kind of silly now, but uh,
I don't think it's silly at all. I mean, now it's silly, but at the time, it's like
yeah,
high school track or cross
I
country.
didn't hate them, but like I strongly wanted to beat them, and we we were like pretty even on the points side, and so at counties I ran 16:47, and I was like, oh, I have a little
I
bit,
pay at Bethpage State Park.
yeah. I was like, I have a little bit left in the tank. I wasn't happy with that, and then the next week, I came back around 16:40, and I blacked out for that. So I definitely had nothing left in the tank for that.
Define blackout. Is that at the finish line?
It was no, it was from like the start of the polo grounds with 1,000 polo
1,000
field with
meters to go.
1,000
So
left.
for those
Yeah.
who don't know, you're in like a tunnel of forest, and then once you see daylight, it's time to run fast. It's not time to dilly dally. I used to dilly dally as I got onto the polo field, except for one
Well,
race that but yeah, once you hit the polo field, you have to start kicking. And you said you blacked out. What does that mean?
I just like I was so deep and I was running as fast as I could, and I kind of just didn't think. I was just gunning it for so long. And Kev had talked to me, like looking at the results from counties the week before. Like there was about a 10-second gap between me and then the next guy. So he was basically like, don't mess around with trying to like save a kick because if you fade, you're still gonna be in front of everyone. Like you have room to fade. So
What meet is this at that you're talking
the
about now?
state qualifier meet.
Okay, so this is to go to the state championships,
Yeah,
and you're in what place coming onto the polo field?
I think fifth.
Okay, where's first?
Oh well, they ran low 16s.
Okay, but
Yeah,
forget about them. Where's the next closest guy in front of you?
like 10 meters.
10 steps. Okay, yeah, go
That
ahead.
was yeah. So I ended up catching him coming around the last turn, like going onto the straightaway to the finish. But then like I had been going for so long that he just easily dusted me. But
You remember
that was
his
a
name?
big moment to just catch him.
Yeah, sorry to cut you off. Do you remember that kid's name? What it's a Port Washington kid, but
No, I don't remember his name.
yeah. No, I was just gonna say because like I still think about high school races. I'm sure you do, having
I
graduated.
mean, I
20.
see his face. I remember everyone's face, but it's
Yeah,
just a lot of names to know.
yeah. So you came in what place at State Falls that year?
I think sixth or fifth.
Was that a so that's an individual qualifier?
Yeah,
And how do we do in
we
the
went as a
states?
team
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah. Um, jump right into the state meet, man. How was that? How was that experience as a senior?
Meet me was really fun. Just like going on a trip was really fun.
The
Especially I
boys.
was in 10th grade, so that was one
Wow.
of the first trips I went on.
I thought you were a senior, but that's really impressive that you were in 10th grade. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, Peter, and all the seniors were really. They did an excellent job motivating us. So we had me, Gary, Sautner, and Justin were
So,
on that team. That was just a that was a good team. So we got to states, and we got the scouting report from Tim Euler. He was from East Meadow. He said,
I raced against him when he was at Monmouth.
yeah. So
He was a very talented athlete.
he gave Peter a good run for his money in a lot of races. But he told us, guys, the first mile of this course is really fast because he had raced it before. And I was like, oh, okay, that'll it's a state meet, it'll be fast. But we went out and I came through in 4:56.
What was your mile PR at that time?
4:56.
That's
So yeah, I was like, oh fuck, this is gonna be bad. So
you just got to go for it at that point, right?
the rest of the race was not fun.
Yeah. Yeah. So, how did the team do that day?
I don't remember what place we got, but we got placed high enough to qualify for feds at Bowden.
Okay.
So it was a good day. Um, I
So that's the
remember
regional
also,
NXR or N, whatever they call it. Yeah, this is one of the top, probably the toughest. People say Sunken Meadow, but for my money, Bowden is the toughest course in New York. Would you agree?
I don't know, but Bowden hurts, but like you kind of get carried through the second mile just by it being completely downhill.
Yeah, but Sunken Meadow doesn't have a course anymore, so by default,
They don't have a course.
yeah, the moat is yeah, I could be wrong now, but as of last I heard, I used to run group runs there with SRC. Um, they're like the back meadow, back meadow. As far as you can go back is like different.
Hmm. Well, they had the state meet there when I was a senior. I ran that 2 or 3 years ago. So
Yeah, I could be wrong. I could definitely be wrong. So go to jump to the state meet as a senior. So for me, my last race, what I thought was my last race at Adelphi, I did my last stride out and I almost cried. Do you feel anything similar on your last ride out of your last cross country race as a senior?
Uh, no, because
That's okay. But you kind of know what I'm getting at. Like,
I know what you're getting at, but I wasn't having an awesome season.
mm-hmm.
So I kind of was just like, all right, I'm gonna do this and then get to track,
Get to where?
get
Track.
to, like the track season.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
How was the meadow? That just how did the team do that day?
we actually didn't make it as a team. It was just me and Gary
Wow.
at the individual spots. Um, and it was awesome. Like I've run at Sunken Meadow a lot at practice, and I've been up cardiac, and everyone says cardiac is really hard, and I just
Are you gonna sit here and tell me cardiac's not hard?
I'm gonna it's so hard during practice. In the race, I was just up it and down it, and I was good.
Yeah, it's adrenaline, I think.
Yeah, I actually we had uh that year we were rivals with East Meadow, and I they had gone out really hard, and I caught them. They were kind of packed up at the bottom of cardiac, and they said, "Hey, Sean, you want to walk up this with us?" And I was like, "No, like I'm."
Did they said it to you out loud?
Yeah,
Wow. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I'm the best cross country athlete in the world, but that is baby soft. And you probably knew you were gonna kick their butt after that.
after that, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of funny. But yeah, I want to jump into your goals as a marathoner.
I'm not a marathoner yet. I haven't
Yeah,
done,
yeah,
but
no, I know.
very
But
soon.
what like what do you think drives? So you're in club for Boston. We'll get into that a little bit, but what do you think makes everyone want to jump to the marathon after college or during college? I guess for you.
Well, it's a number of factors for me. Kind of in high school, I didn't really have the this leg speed for the short events, and just on long runs, I felt like I could go forever. So I was like, as soon as I'm out of high school, I'm doing a marathon. I feel like I can do it. And then just incidentally, I didn't even realize I was doing this, but I go to school in Boston, and everyone there wants to do a marathon because of the Boston Marathon. So it's really the perfect place for me. Like, I got a lot of people doing it with me.
I have a quick question. What is Marathon Monday like as a BC student?
You know what? I have no idea because COVID has messed it up twice now.
That's so sad. But it's next year, man. Next year you'll enjoy
Next
it.
year,
But
there's two marathon Mondays because they have it in the fall coming up soon, and then back around in the spring.
this fall, I think you're good, man. I think you're gonna enjoy it if you're not racing. Well, there's no way you can get a Boston qualifier by that time. Yeah, but yeah, that's cool, man. Just talk. Trying to think where to go from here. Like, what's it like seeing pictures on the wall? Oh, sorry. In 2005, we had the indoor national record, and that team was Sean Tully, Dan Tully, Adam Lambert, and Chris Halpert. Could be messing. Chris Howell. And I remember those names for like a reason. I had a different coach at the time, but he was named. He is named. He's still alive. Bart Sessa. And I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but I think that was really special to have a national record. And I don't know, man. What do you have to say for yourself?
Uh, well, to start off, not for myself, but
Yeah.
those guys, when they set the national record in 2005, they took it from my dad. So
Wow. So your
that
dad was from Shaker?
no, no, my dad's from Comac. They they
What
took
high school did you run for?
Comac.
Oh, Mac. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. That's so interesting.
So they took it from his team, which had lasted since the 80s. And then I think it got taken pretty quickly by Chaminade, right?
I don't know. I don't
It's
know. I
like
don't know if it was Chaminade, but it did. I know it got taken very quickly.
yeah. And then also, just as a Syosset runner, to know that somebody from your school has run 150 and that low in the 740s, it makes you think that you can do it too.
Yeah, I know Sean or Dan was trying to make the Irish team, the Irish Olympic team. I don't think they still are, but I know they're listening, and I need you to come on the podcast, Sean. Sean is already on the podcast, so we'll focus on the present. But yeah, um, thanks, man. I don't know. I want to keep going, but just talk about what talk about your coaching experience. I know it's brand new, but
Yeah, I have 2 days of coaching experience.
all right. So there you go. But are you like excited? Are you seem pretty relaxed and just kind of enjoying it?
Yeah, that's how I am uh when I'm there. I kind of just my goal is to make all the new kids like want to be there. You know, you're not gonna coach anyone into sub 2 on the second day of practice in ninth
Yeah.
grade.
So I have to bring up a Bart Sessa quote, and I hate to keep bringing him up, but I just it's not even his quote, I'm sure, but his thing that he said in CAF. I'm sure you may have heard this. We turn hooligans into decent athletes. We turn good athletes into great athletes, and we turn great athletes into all Americans. And it's true. And I made up the hooligans part, but yeah. And there was another one. I'm gonna try to get you to say it. It's like jog, run. Do you know that one?
Nope.
Yeah, it's like jog, run, race, train, killer, brave. And like a killer race would be like winning the county meet, and then a brave race would be like helping the 4x8 to go all American. So yeah, I had like one brave race, and I would say that would be losing to Sparky Grady of East Meadow in the 1,000, and then losing to Ryan DePinto, and then beating Alex Cowan of Great Neck or one of those blue and orange schools by tenths of a second after I started jogging um, at St. Anthony's Indoor. So there's no way you were there for that in 8th grade, obviously. Yeah. But do you have a story like that, like a brave race, maybe on the track?
So can you run through what the difference between
Okay.
brave and
So
killer is?
jog is like, it's very basic. Train is the third from the top. So training is like committing to excellence, I would say. And killer is like, I would say killer would be your state quals race. And then a brave race would be something better than that.
Oh, so it's a tiered system.
Yeah. So Braves is our mascot, the Syosset Braves.
Yeah.
Anyone didn't know.
Uh, I
Doesn't
mean,
have to be something crazy, just something that sticks out to you.
I'd say that my state calls performance is a brave caliber race in my mind in 10th grade. Another another good one I'm proud of is the state meet indoors when I was a senior. I I dropped my PR from in the course of 2 weeks. My PR went from 211 to 204. Obviously, I was better than a 211 guy when I ran.
7 seconds in an 800.
Yeah,
That's a lot, especially when you start at 211. Obviously,
it was just like there was the 3 guys on lock for the 4x8, and then there was one more spot, and I just gave it a shot, and it ended up working out. So, like at the state meet, at that point, I was a 207 guy, and I was leading off, which is just ridiculous for a state meet lead off.
who
And
was
I
who was 2 through 4, like it's 2, 3, and 4.
we had Harrison Fusi,
Okay,
Hunter Pick, and
Justin
Justin
Pinto.
LaPinta. Yeah. Uh, so I don't know. I went out through the through the 600. I was like 129 high, I think, or 130, and I was like, holy shit, this is amazing. And then I kind of ran out of steam, and I ran 204. but that felt really awesome because like the whole stadium was going crazy. It
And you
felt like it
and you
was.
saw the clock at 600.
Yeah,
What stadium? North Shore?
that was Ocean Breeze.
Ocean Breeze. That's even cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah, my best race ever was at Ocean Breeze, and we'll end the running portion on that, and then I'll ask you some fun, quick questions, and we'll wrap up. So my best race ever was in a really bad mental state, but I and I kind of knew I wasn't going to be going back to school the following semester, so I knew it was going to be my last race for a while, for just whatever, just stuff. And my teammate Steven Mosher, Steve, I love you, but he said to me like basically said like I'm going to beat you today in like a joking manner, and I immediately said like f that, like there's no, I'm going to do everything in my power in order to beat this guy, and that's not how you should treat your teammates in races. But ended up running 16:49 and dusting him. And sorry, Steve, I love you, but yeah, that was just a fun time, and obviously went downhill from there. But it's all good, and I ended up getting back on the team for cross country, so it's all good. But yeah, any other Ocean Breeze memories that you want to share?
I I haven't actually run there many times because they kind of just built it. But that I mean the 4x8s anytime I ran a 4x8 it just felt really good because I mean it you take the weight off yourself a little bit, and I just said like, okay, I just have to finish in the top three, and my time doesn't really matter. And like,
As a leadoff, like
yeah,
yeah,
the lead off especially was probably less stressful.
not at the start.
No,
Yeah, but yeah, yeah. So a couple fun questions, then we'll get you out of here. Are you a video game guy?
no.
No. Okay.
I,
All right. So what?
I just ruined that question.
No. Yeah. Do you have a favorite movie?
Uh, it basically just like whatever the last good movie I watched was. Right
Okay.
now I'm running through the Harry Potters.
All right. Yeah. No. That's fun. I love the Harry Potters. All right. So I'm gonna end with my signature question that I asked. I don't know if I told you this or not, but if you could have dinner with any living or dead celebrity or athlete, who would it be and why? Take your
Well,
time.
I should have done my homework and known you would have asked this.
Yeah, no, that's my fault. But just take as much time as you need. I'll give you a hint. Um, no, I won't give you a hint. But if you really can't think of anything, I'll tell you who to pick. How about that?
Oh, well, okay. After I say my guy,
Say
you have
yours. Say mine. Yeah,
to, yeah.
we're gonna have the same answer. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that's a lot of confidence. Any celebrity?
He's not a celebrity. He's a runner.
All right. Well, I'll narrow the
On
question
three.
down to any runner. Uh,
Can we do it on three?
all
It's an
right.
or it's a all right, all right. We're just gonna do it on three. It doesn't matter if we don't have the same answer. One, two, three.
Kipchoge.
Steve Prefontaine. Kipchoge is a great answer, but I said Steve Prefontaine. Why did you say Kipchoge? I've
Uh,
gotten that answer before, by the way.
my yearbook quote was by him. He just seems like he's got everything figured out, and he's so calm and methodical about things. And I like to try to be calm and methodical about things, but I don't quite get there in most of my life.
He might be the best athlete of all time. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, he's maybe on that list.
He's on the Mount Rushmore. It's like Jordan, him, and then maybe Gretzky. I would say are my three. But he was the first one ever. It wasn't a race, and I don't think that matters that much. But talk about sub two and sub 2 hour marathon.
I mean, he averaged like 430, somewhere in the mid 430s for two
Per
hours,
mile
under two
for
hours.
26.2.
And they that was sick how much money Nike invested in that
Yeah,
and
Craig
getting
Engels
to
was
the
a
second
pacer.
time.
So many
And
people were pacing. What?
Sancho was a pacer too.
Yeah, that's
Uh, yeah, that was during my fall break in October, my first year of college, and I was like, I'm gonna go to Vienna and watch this. And then after about an hour of thinking about it, I was like, no, I don't need to drop thousands of dollars to do that.
should have went, man. No, but that was legendary just to watch the live stream.
And he seems like, if I'm gonna pick him as my guy to have dinner with him, he seems like one of the people that you talk to him and you say something that you've never questioned before. You just mutter it, and he responds with like a good answer. Like,
Yeah,
is that
like very
really how it is?
methodical, precise. Yeah, but yeah, he's the best athlete of all time, and he does seem like a very wise guy. And I think his English is good. Do you know anything about his English?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's got to be good for the marketing stuff.
right, exactly. And he had like a really cool like. Did you see like his GQ cover?
EQ fashion shoot was
Yeah,
really
yeah.
fun.
But anything you want to say about Steve Prefontaine?
I'm gonna. I mean, he's a legend, but I'll give you a rebuttal on why he's not the guy I want to have dinner with. He seems like a fantastic motivational speaker, where like he just like
Yeah, like
spits
you wouldn't want to
out.
have dinner with him. You would want to have a beer with him.
Yeah, I guess he doesn't seem like he's got a lot of like deep wisdom. He's so driven, and he just spit that out for everyone else to feel his motivation.
Okay, I'm trying to think of how to phrase this. If Kipchoge Pre was alive today, do you think he'd be more popular than Kipchoge?
Uh, yeah, yeah.
I don't even know if that's true. I don't know the answer to that. I'm gonna
But
leave
you
that
have,
up to the
you have an
audience.
argument
What?
either way.
What?
You you have an argument for which way.
I think breaking a 2 hour marathon is significant, but in terms of personality, obviously it's Pre. I think if Craig, I would compare him to Craig Angles, but like he made an Olympic team and came in fourth in the Munich hostage situation. I don't know if you're familiar with that at all.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
added to um, the eyes on that Olympics and the fact that they even ran the 5K um, and Lasse Viren. So just as we close out, everyone go watch Without Limits and report back the pre-movie. Sean, I'm sorry. I feel like I rushed this one. I definitely want to have you back on at some point, but thanks for doing this.
yeah.
Did you have fun at least?
Yeah,
Yeah. All right. Thanks, man.
we dig for some memories.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, definitely more motivated to run now. But yeah, it'll be up on YouTube. Thanks everyone for listening. It'll be up on Apple and Spotify, and we'll catch you next time.